Hi, my name is Sam Linacre, and I'm going to present to you today our paper on transforming academic journal assessment from quality to impact. I'm representing Cabells, and I'm also representing my colleagues David Steingard and Marcello Baldacchini from St. Joseph's University. So just to give you some background, I met David at a conference 2 years ago, the Global Business School Network conference. And he, at that conference, was introducing the SDG dashboard that St. Joseph's University have been putting together over the last few years. After the conference, I asked him a simple question. Had he thought about applying the AI capabilities that they developed to academic journals? They hadn't. And so, over the last 2 years, we've been developing our own SDG impact journal rating. Now, journal ratings in the past are very much focused on what you might call the old game of using citations as a proxy for quality. But that's quite a narrow definition of quality, and it only takes you so far. And it doesn't really get into how you can assess whether a journal is covering the SDG, the Sustainable Development Goals, or not. So what we've done is that we have used the AI capabilities developed by St. Joseph's and also the journal data that Cabells has in its journalistics database to start to look at, in the first instance, business and management journals. Now, in the pilot that I'm presenting today, we've looked at the, if you like, the ultimate list of quality in business and management, which is the Financial Times 50 journals that they use for their FT research rank. We've looked at those, and we've also looked at 50 sustainability related journals that are indexed by Cabells. And what we wanted to look at is, rather than the traditional method of simply counting citations, we wanted to look at how relative, how relevant, and also how intense those journals were in terms of the SDGs. So we've looked at the outputs of those 100 journals over the last 5 years, and we've been able to rate them in terms of their what we're calling their impact intensity. So this brings together the AI capabilities of St. Joseph's and also the indexing and data that Cabells has. And what I'm going to show you is quite an exclusive, because this hasn't, it's only just been released. And what we've done in the PDF is that you can see at the top, there are 6 journals that we've identified that have the highest level of intensity. And what you'll see is that those journals are, perhaps unsurprisingly, sustainability related journals. And by no means are any of those journals would you find them in the traditional top list of journals. In fact, you've got to scroll down quite a way to even find one journal, it's their food policy, that is actually in the Financial Times top 50. In fact, 48 of the top 50 journals using this new format are the sustainability related journals that we chose. They far outperform the traditional top business and management journals. Now, obviously, we knew that this would probably be the case, but what we wanted to test was, to what extent are the top journals in business and management have any kind of content with regards to SDGs? And we found that actually they have very little. And in the last 5 years, whilst these sustainability related journals are going ahead and producing huge amounts of content with regard to SDGs, we're not really seeing very much content coming out of the traditional top 50 journals in business and management. So what we're hoping to achieve with this is we're going to start to look at more journals indexed by Cabells. And what we're hoping is that we're going to help this shift between those traditional, relatively narrow proxies for quality that have been used in the past, and shift the dial towards more impact related units of assessment. By no means would we recommend that just this was used, but hopefully with other measures that will come forward, business schools and universities will get a much more rounded view of the type of research that's being published, and also be able to guide their academics into publishing in those journals that are supporting the SDGs. Thank you very much for your time.